What's up, YouTube? Kappa here. Those who weren't following me on Twitter, we're doing the should have been 75,000 miles, but things got a little hinky here. But yeah, 85,000 mile overall fluid change. We're doing the engine oil and the transmission fluid. We're gonna do something a little different with the engine oil change today. Last time, I jacked it up using the standard issue car jack. This time around, I'm doing both changes. And we're gonna put her up on ramps. That way I don't gotta worry about about the jack failing or having a 3,300 pound car following me. But yep, there we go. We're gonna get this set up. Then we're gonna run an engine flush, which is one of those things that some people recommend, some people don't. It's one of those do at your own risk caveats. But I figure it'd be good. It could probably help with the thing. So we're gonna use this. Once it's on ramps, we're going to pour this into the crankcase, run it for 5 minutes in idle, and then we're going to let it cool off. We're going to come back and change the oil, and then do the transmission fluid changes. Ramps up, so we just drive the car right up on there, and then get it going from there. So we put one right there. Hold on a second here. Bear with me while the car moves, or the camera moves a little bit. Alright, so rider ramps are set up. And now comes the fun part, just making sure we get up onto the ramp. And we'll carry it on from there. Like I said, I'm going to paraphrase this oil change video part, because there's already an oil change video, which I will link above here shortly. Or put it in the comments below. I'm not sure which. But we'll see. But I'll definitely link that video if you want to watch that. Learn how to do oil change on a 2017 Rogue. It's pretty generic for all cars, but these videos are specific to the Nissan Rogue. Alright. So now what we do is we get in the car, and since we don't need to go too far, rider ramps are pretty sturdy, so I don't have to. Shut up. I can hold them in place. Oh, they hold themselves in place because they're pretty sturdy. Make sure I'm on the ramps properly. Wow, first try. Just like that. We're on the ramps. We're ready to shut it off and start the first part. Alright, so the first step here is we're going to take the Motor Medic synthetic motor flush, and we're going to pour it in. And it says in the directions, idle it for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna let it cool off a little bit, because yeah, warm oil changing is not fun. I don't recommend it. So we're gonna let it cool, and we're gonna change the oil and the filter. Which filter here? This time we're running the Bosch Premium series, and of course, because I've used this stuff before and I highly recommend it, and we're gonna go from there. Alright, so here we go, we're back. We got the oil cap off, and then we're just going to add the this is hard to do with one hand. Yeah, we're gonna add the synthetic flush to the oil filler reservoir. Remind me later on to fire my split camera person, because she's still asleep. Yep, just making a bit of a mess here. This is a little than I thought. Oh no, I'd probably recommend getting a funnel for this, because I didn't think it was going to be that drippy. I want to go rinse this off later on when I drop her off at home. Alright. Now that's all in there. Well, predominantly in there. And push that over there. And then we'll wipe up some of that from around the area. And then we're gonna run it for 5 minutes. And we'll be back. So we back on the beat, doing the thing. So now this time I'm, like I said, doing things a bit differently. I'm gonna start with the oil filter this time. It's been cleaned down for about an hour, so it should be good. Oh, it started coming out from there, which makes me wonder. All right, yeah, this is good, cause when I did this last time, I was able to do it just by hand screwing it. So, oh, yep, there you go. From there. Sorry if I wasn't pointing directly at it, but yeah, that's pretty disgusting. That was actually a bit of my carelessness on my part, because my battery died and reset my maintenance reminder inside the car. So all this time I was sitting there thinking I was doing good, and I was letting my oil get pretty bad. Like I say, you'll see when I put the new oil in, the viscosity is actually pretty, a little less than this. So this is actually pretty bad. Thankfully I got it in fast enough here. So yep, now we're going to just go over here. And now, like I said, the oil change procedure is pretty generic for every car. All you need to know is your right filter size and the right size for the bolt for your oil pan drain bolt. For this Nissan Rogue 2017 and up, it's a 14mm bolt. So I'm going to unscrew that, and then I'm going to unbolt it, and then I'm going to hand unscrew it and let it drain, and go from there. Alright, so I got cut off mid last segment there where I started draining the oil and I spilled some on my hand, which I dried off. I'm still gonna run lava soap on my hand, as you can see. But yep, this is used oil filter. We still have some oil left in it. I'll make sure that's as empty as possible. I'm gonna plastic bag that up and tie it. Probably triple bag it just to make sure before I help dispose of that. Cause yeah, that's a lot of oil and stuff in there. So yeah, now that's pretty much done draining, I'm going to move on to the next phase, which is plugging that back up and putting the fresh 5 quarts of oil in there. Alright, so got the 5 quarts opened, took a little bit of fingertip, stuck in there, and I use it to lubricate the gasket around the new oil filter. And now we're gonna put it on. Alright, it's on now, and just grab basically what I do for safety measures is grab a rag or something I can get a good grip on, because you know my hands are slippery, and give it an extra 3/4 turn ish to make sure it's secure. For best results, it's good to have a strap style oil filter wrench, like a little metal or rubber band. It'll go on there, you can just twist for that last half to 3/4 turn. But pretty tight, did pretty good there. So there you go, that's in, that's done. And now the item I should have had earlier when I was pouring the engine flush in there is my filter. I'm an idiot. A funnel. Always good to have at least a couple of these, so to keep wiping out, washing out for different fluids. So I'm gonna need another one for my transmission when I do that in the next video. But yeah, about to go get through all at it now. Nissan Rogue takes 5 quarts. You'll leave that upside down there for about 15 seconds. Let that drain as much as possible. And then the oil change will be complete. Does anything else stay up?